Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of a Vietnam podcast. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you so much to our sponsor for season 14, somewhere that I've been going to for a long time, and that's Premier Dental, based in Thao Dien in Saigon. Now, wherever you're listening to this episode from, it might be anywhere in the world, or you might be anywhere in Vietnam, or you might be right here in Saigon. Premier Dental can look after you, whether you're coming from overseas, out of the city, or you live right here. I can't recommend them enough. I've used them several times. I've even had my wisdom teeth out, but they made it easy and simple and actually painless. It didn't hurt at all. So if you are looking for a dentist in Saigon, I would recommend checking out Premier Dental, not just because they're a sponsor of a Vietnam podcast, because I trust them and they are incredible and they really do a fantastic job. So check them out. If you're listening from overseas, just remember it's way cheaper to have a holiday in Vietnam and get your teeth done than it is probably in your home country. So come and have a holiday in Vietnam and get your teeth done at Premier Dental. So thank you so much to Premier Dental for sponsoring a Vietnam podcast, making this podcast possible, and being incredible dentists. So book your consultation today. Go to premierdental.vn and honestly, you will not regret it. All right, let's get started with this episode. Cheers. You might have heard that the Michelin Guide has finally come to Vietnam. It's been here for 3 years now, putting Vietnam on the food map worldwide. I'm a little bit nervous. Amazing.
Best thing about Bun Cha for me is the stewed carrots.
I've never seen a pot of fish sauce
Imagine
that
you poured
big.
that in your cup and tried to drink.
Bun Cha is one of my top 3. That looks amazing. You might have heard that the Michelin Guide has finally come to Vietnam. It's been here for 3 years now, putting Vietnam on the food map worldwide. We all know that Vietnam's famous for its local street food. That is where we are today. But it's more than that. There are now 9 one-Michelin star restaurants in Vietnam, and this year, 2025, there are now 5 in Saigon alone, and a whole 3 new restaurants added to that list. What most people don't know about the Michelin Guide, and we didn't know until recently, is they also have something called the Gourmand, which is high quality, high value restaurants, and they get featured by the Michelin Guide. So that's where we're here today. We're here at Bun Cha. So there's now 21 restaurants in Saigon listed on the Gourmand. So today in this video, me and Adri are going to try and eat our way through as many of them as possible. We'll see how we go with that. We're obviously not going to do all 21, but we are starting here at one of our favorite dishes is Bun Cha. We were going to try and have just one dish and share it, everyone, and immediately as soon as we sat down, Adri was like, no, we can't do that, we got to get one each. So we're going to start with Bun Cha, then we're going to maybe head to Cam Tam up near the airport. We're going to traverse all of Saigon today, and we're not trying to focus on cheap foods. It's not about that, because that's what Saigon is so famous for. Everyone does videos about all the cheap food, $1 foods. I've even done $1 restaurants, $1 lunches in Saigon, but today we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on great value, great quality, and this is why we're here today. So I'm really excited for this first meal. Okay.
Excited?
I'm really excited. Bun Cha is one of my favorites. This is amazing.
Oh my god, it's so hot.
Yeah, he did one that. It looks it.
Oh, he did. I've never had Bun Cha with meatballs before.
This is one of the best things about food in Vietnam. It's all the herbs and spices. We got bean sprouts. I should know by now, but I don't even know the name of these leaves. But I know they're delicious.
Yeah. Vietnamese mint?
Vietnamese mint, yeah. There you go, that was easy, Vietnamese mint. Looks like this. Is that the only one that's in there?
No, it's like those long...
Yeah, what is
This is a quintessential...
That's like the far spice, right?
I would say this is the quintessential Bun Cha one. Always served with Bun Cha.
Tastes so good.
Best thing about Bun Cha for me is the stewed carrots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, taste that.
I'm going to try the soup on its own. Oh my goodness. Talked about this so much on this podcast, on this show. Beef stew for breakfast. It's the weirdest thing ever, and it's
in
delicious
a hot country outside.
in a hot country. Now I'm going to add some chili spice to it as well. So this is like lemongrass in Chile. Should know this by now, but still asking these questions.
So with bak cha, you can usually get noodles or bread. We're privy to the bread, I think.
The interesting thing is, everyone knows about pho. Pho is just a type of noodle, so you can get pho bak cha, which is the beef stew bak cha, with pho noodles, which is like a big flat one. You can get it with banh mi or bun. Is it banh mi or bun?
Banh mi or bun.
So the bread, they dip it in. Oh my god.
I don't know how many of these meatballs.
Even though banh mi's aren't created equal, some are like really like fluffy and airy, some are a bit dense. This is somewhere in between.
Usually quite airy in Saigon.
Yeah, the Hanoi ones are more torpedo shaped, right? Like thinner and denser. Saigon are like bigger, fatter and airy.
And if you eat one and you want an extra one, it's only 4,000 dong to get an extra.
Is it really?
Yeah. On the menu there if we get extra.
Look at that hunk of meat. I don't even eat much meat. I mean, I do eat meat, but I don't generally eat hunks of meat like this. I'm a little bit nervous. Like a hunk amazing.
I mean, I don't really eat meat. I just get the bak cha with the stew with the carrots and the veg and the bread.
The reason I get scared of hunks of meat like that, especially if I'm not sure what it is, mostly the texture. I don't like really tough, chewy meat. The reason my face lit up there, oh my goodness, it's so soft.
Well, these meatballs are quite difficult to eat. Do you want one?
Of course I want a meatball. So you got the Michelin guide?
Yeah, I had Michelin 2 second excellent.
Nice, congratulations. Yeah. This is, we saw online, so we drove from Tan Mi Loy.
Yeah.
And we came here. This is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
What are all of these?
This is pork brown and coriander.
Coriander. What's the flavors in the bak cha?
Eight flavors.
8 flavors.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
I don't know.
You don't know them?
Why like coated?
Is it secret?
Yeah.
A secret?
Yeah, I know.
How long does it take to make the broth?
To 8 to 10 hours.
What?
Yeah.
What time? So he makes it like last night
Yeah.
or this morning?
Yeah.
8 to 10 hours.
8 to 10 hours.
It tastes amazing, that's why it's so good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, 8 to 10 hours. This is the things you hear about in Saigon or about in Vietnam. Like, I can't imagine anywhere back home or anywhere like that. 8 to 10 hours. I haven't even tried this meatball yet.
It's hard to get it. It's hard to get it because it's like pretty dense and it's so hot.
Oh my god.
If you watch anything about Vietnam, read anything about Vietnam, you always hear about how amazing the people are, and it's so true. They're just like the nicest people in the world. The guy just came up to me there, he said, just wait 2 minutes, we're going to bring you dessert. So I'm pretty excited to see what that's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be delicious.
Yeah, so final verdict, it's quite a unique experience getting the bak cha in a clay pot. We've never had it like this, I don't think. It comes out super, super hot, obviously. Even all the ceramics are really, really nice. And I was saying to Neil, the last time we tried to go in search of good bak cha, not based off of any recommendation, but went to a tourist market, it was really bad. So this is not that far out of the way if you come for breakfast or dinner.
Or lunch.
It's worth your detour. Only reason I'd say not lunch is because that's the peak heat time of the day. I'm not sure I'd want to be eating this at like 1 in the afternoon. It's just so hot. But morning or evening would be good. Gonna get stuck into this. Gonna try this coconut ice cream. Really, I mean, I don't think you can mess up coconut ice cream, but it's very good. It's got toasted coconut on top, served in a fresh coconut bowl. You can see. Neil's gonna want some of this.
I'm waiting, I'm dying.
I had one. This is different.
Is that we got
different
more?
one.
Oh my goodness.
Can you get what flavor it is?
Alright, let me try.
Nice. You know that?
It's not durian.
It is longan.
Like longan?
Yeah.
Not durian. Well, that's
I was
good.
worried that you were going to give me durian. I got scared. I was like, oh shit, why am I eating this if I don't know it's not durian?
Coconut ice cream have flavor little fat.
Oh, I get it now.
But longan are not fat and only sweet.
Okay. No fat, sweet.
I taste it now. That's amazing.
He's gonna serve you durian.
I got worried for a second because he's like, try this. And I was like, oh my goodness, what if it's durian? And I will probably throw up on camera. No, it tastes like longan. What is that, another name for longan? Lychees? No,
They're different.
they're different.
Similar though.
Similar. I haven't even tried the coconut one yet because I got interrupted by the longan ice cream, which I'm okay with. Right, let's try the coconut. Oh my goodness, 10:30 in the morning, we're on a second bowl of ice cream. So cold on my fillings. Oh my god. You don't want any more, do you? The goal is to try and go to at least 3 places today. Adri's shaking her head already. It might just be one. Oh my goodness, because
Especially
it's in the coconut. You got bits of coconut. as
Yeah, especially if the hospitality is like this everywhere we go. Kind of dominate the flavor.
I just blew on that ice cream and put it in my mouth. As if that was going to do anything. So I did it like really quickly and I was like, why am I blowing on this ice cream? We're on our way to spot number 2 now, which is another one of my favourites is Bun Cha. Not Nung. Bun Cha. And loving this classic Vietnam, classic Saigon. Just food everywhere. So we're only going 12 minutes up the road. Then we're gonna have to go for a walk before we have any more food because we were not expecting to eat that much. Never mind 2 bowls of ice cream. Terrifying as always as we just plunge headfirst into traffic in front of us. We're at a 4-way junction. I'm not really driving, it's way easier driving. I understand now why Adrian's always terrified and screaming on the back because we can see way more. You can see everyone coming towards you. When you're driving, you only focus on the cone of influence, which is literally what is right in front of you. Yeah, this is terrifying on the back.
I was a bit terrified going through that as well, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because I thought we were turning left there, but apparently not.
We're now on Inox Street, so it's just lots of metal everywhere. Inox. So the thing we're just laughing about, if you've ever used Google Maps, like we both got a earpiece in right now so we can hear the directions. And she's like, head north. What the fuck is north? I don't have my compass with me, I didn't have time to check it. It's the worst when you're using Google Maps and you're approaching a junction, it's like, take the northwest exit. Again, you're like, I have no fucking clue what northwest is. Can you say left, right,
Especially
or a
in
street
Vietnam,
name?
where all the streets are like diagonal, like not straight.
I hate the ones where it says go right, but it's actually just like a very slight right, and you're like, wait, is it go right, or do I just continue following the road? we can't eat anymore, so we need to take a break. So we found a random park on the way to the next place. We're going for Bun Cha, but right now we're at Công viên Văn hóa Lễ Tế Ring, which I think that was amazing pronunciation, but nobody in Vietnam will have any clue what I said, but that's what I said just up there. So let's go check out the park. So what do you think about the Michelin Guide coming to Vietnam?
To be honest, I'm not that familiar with the Michelin Guide. Like, maybe I've just lived overseas too long. I think it's not going to affect Vietnamese perception so much. Obviously, if you're in the hospitality industry, yes, that would be amazing. But like regular Vietnamese people, I don't think they're going to fuss too much about it. But what I think is cool about it is that there are infinite places to eat in Vietnam, in Saigon, whatever.
Literally infinite, I think.
Infinite, and it can be really hard to discern where you should and shouldn't go. But I think Michelin, what's cool about Michelin, it's like you have independent reviewers or raters, right? It's not just based on like TripAdvisors or the most trending TikTok video or whatever, which some of these other places are, and that's great for them. But it's cool that it's like, independently verified as a good place to eat, good quality, whatever. And I think it's really cool that these young restaurants are getting recognized for their efforts, right?
Like, how else would we have found that place today?
Well, not even that, but I just mean like the starred restaurants are getting on like world recognition. And so it elevates what we've already known and what people have already known, that the food in Saigon and Vietnam is incredible. And it just brings it up to that same level as like the rest of the world stage, right? And I guess it validates it for people that aren't familiar with the country or the city's dining scene. We've lived here long enough to know that there's incredible, really good food here, whether it's local Vietnamese food or, nice fine dining restaurants or whatever. And so, I think that's why it's important that Michelin has come to Vietnam.
Yeah, what do you think how do you think it affects the perception of Vietnam to the world? That Michelin, it's only just got here, it's only its third year. I just wanted to give you a quick reminder about our sponsor of this season of a Vietnam podcast, Premier Dental. They really are experts at what they do. Their team is trained in Australia, France, and the US, and so they combine global expertise and high standards with really, truly personal care. You have to go there to see it. If you need any sort of dental work, whether you're in Vietnam or the rest of the world, make sure you go to the show notes or just go direct to premierdental.vn and book an appointment today. You can even book a chat with them if you're overseas to see how they can help you. All right, let's get back to the episode.
I think, like we always talk about, so many people, I think maybe it's changing in the last decade, 5 to 10 years or whatever. Vietnam is becoming more of like a travel destination. People are more inclined to come here, and it's not so mystical and like this foreign place that's only associated with the war. But we talk about that is still a big perception for a lot of people. So I think it's quite cool to make it, oh, look at the squirrel. Known for something else.
Don't get much wildlife in Saigon, so seeing a squirrel is very exciting. It's gone now.
I lost it.
You'd be like, why are you getting excited for a squirrel? They're pests in Vietnam and Saigon.
They're pests.
No,
I think they're pests anyway. They're cute.
In Saigon, it's like, whoa, some wildlife.
Yeah, so just to finish what I was saying, I think by big, renowned things like the Michelin Guide coming to Vietnam, it helps really put Vietnam on the world stage for something else that many people already know it for, but a lot of people don't. So whether that's good food, hospitality, places like tourism, there are a lot of what are they called, resort tourists that are afraid to step out of their comfort zone. And by having something like the Michelin Guide, they can go, oh, I'll go look at this place or try this place because it's recommended by this,
world-renowned tire company.
Famous tire company. Yeah, but so I think it's a good thing. But like I said, I think a lot of the locals, for the most part, aren't going to care so much that their neighborhood street food restaurant is like a bib gourmand, because they probably don't know what that means, and it's not really relevant if you don't. if you're not like a international foodie, right?
Like where we just ate, somebody who goes there on the regular just because they live nearby is probably not going to be like, wow, this is Bib Gourmand now. Is that what you mean?
Say. Yeah, exactly.
I think what it does is it starts to help change that perception, like you mentioned. That Vietnam is not just the war, despite what many people think. You know, I just spoke to Hao Tran from Viet Cetera. Their mission is to bring Vietnam to the world. And I like to think a Vietnam podcast does that, even though it's not our mission statement. And we've met so many amazing people. Like I was saying to him, Sarah and Nguyen of Nguyen Coffee Supply in Brooklyn, or worldwide now. But when I talked to her, they just started out in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There's just so many amazing Vietnamese people around the world as first, second, third generations are living their lives and showing how amazing Vietnam is. And then so many people are coming back here. And the problem we talked about, and we're perpetuating it a little bit, is that people just think of Vietnam as this amazing cheap food. And it does have amazing cheap food. So that's why I think the Michelin Guide is good, because it actually gets a lot of criticism, the Michelin Guide I saw recently as well. Yeah, like a kind of outdated and the way that it's put together, I think. I don't know about this in Vietnam, but I think I heard about there's like pay for play accusations where like people can pay to get in the guide and things like that.
You see these dramas, right? Or these things dramatized, like in Emily in Paris. It's all about her French boyfriend getting a Michelin star, and then there's like the whole
Emily in Paris.
There's like the whole drama with the Michelin. I don't know what they're called, like the taster person.
Reviewer.
Yeah, the reviewer, and I can't remember the exact storyline, but it's all like it's.
Well, what was the one recently as well? Like a restaurant gave up their Michelin star. I think it was somewhere in the UK.
Because it's almost like too much an effort to keep getting it.
When they said as well, customers were showing up with expectations that didn't match what the restaurant was, because they thought like, oh, it's a Michelin 1 star, it has this level.
Perfection.
But like Michelin 1 star doesn't mean that exactly. It doesn't always mean fine dining.
No, I just looked on the website, and it just means it literally said like good restaurant. It didn't even say like excellent. It was like good restaurant.
So in terms of Vietnam, the Michelin 1 star reviews I think is amazing, and it's amazing for these restaurants that get listed. Gives them international recognition. The 1 star does still mean a lot. And then it shows that Vietnam is not just cheap street food. But as I say that, we're going right now today to the Bib Gourmand restaurants, which their Bib Gourmand, as I said in the beginning, means it is good value. So it's good food and good value. So that I was really surprised at this. So there's lots of like Cam Tam places. We're going to Bun Thit Nung right now. We've just had Bun Cha. So these are essentially street foods and cheap foods. But that's not why they're on the Michelin Guide, just because they're cheap. It's because they're good quality.
Good. Yeah.
So we are going to show you valuable Vietnamese food today, but it's really, really good as well.
Valuable meaning good value?
Good value for money, yeah.
I feel like that doesn't mean the same.
Which I guess is subjective, right? Because you could pay $200 for a restaurant. But we went to Quince last night for a fancy dinner because we were celebrating many, many things. 9 years in Vietnam, 100,000 downloads for a Vietnam podcast, 6 years continually making episodes of a Vietnam podcast, the longest running English language podcast in Vietnam, and something very exciting I can't tell you about right now that's coming up very, very soon. So we went out for a nice fancy dinner last night, and we had to talk about, it was expensive, but still not like crazy expensive. And for the quality, it was insane. So we went to Quince, if you want to go to Quince, which
is also Michelin selected.
And then our other favourite is Okra, which we go to. Congratulations to them. They just got put on the Bib Gourmand list as well.
No, I think Michelin selected.
Michelin selected. So there's Michelin star.
Bib Gourmand is like what we went to today. It's like good value and good food. So like meaning, I think, affordable.
Yeah.
Whereas Michelin selected might mean like a really like a nicer restaurant, maybe not so fine dining, or it could be fine dining, but like there's only 5 Michelin star restaurants in the city. There's a lot more fine dining restaurants than that in the city. So some of them appear on the Michelin selected list.
And that's a big deal.
And that's just like recognized by Michelin as being a good restaurant with a good food.
Yeah.
Maybe not good, I don't know.
So Quince is Michelin listed. Selected.
Yeah.
And then Okra is Michelin selected. Just been announced, so congratulations to Jamie and all the team there, because Okra is one of our favourite places to go. And now we're going to go try Bun Cha.
Apparently so.
Are you ready? Well, I'm going to share this one.
I'm so full on. I'll have all the taste.
Shall we see if we can get a coffee first? So I talked about it in a video that's not out yet. In Vietnam, there's a separation of church and state. It's a separation of coffee and food. You cannot get a coffee in the same place as where you get food. They're just very, very different. You get the best food, you get the best coffee, but you won't get them together. So let's go try and find a good coffee first.
Okay.
And then we'll go for some Bun Cha.
Is that Bun Cha place new on the list? Remember?
We have no idea where we're going. We're just exploring the back street.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were asking me that. I'm like, yeah, you're just driving.
Just an infinite amount of places. I have no idea how they narrow down these places as Michelin guide bib gourmand, but I mean, from the place we went to today, I can completely see why. But out of all these laneways, all these street places, how are they?
See where we are on the map?
Where?
It's just infinite number of little hens.
An infinite food, like we've just passed Kumtan, there's Bumbo, then there's a wedding, the coffee shop, White Jesus.
Oh my god.
He was using one hand and on a phone, and going really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost my leg there.
Yeah, me too. We're going right up straight.
Oh yeah. You told me not to give you directions, so I stopped looking.
It's alright.
I think we were supposed to
I want to just
turn,
explore.
We found a coffee place in all of the crazy. It's big and spacious and hopefully delicious and strong.
Right. Cafe soda, it's so. Yeah, don't worry. Bubbly.
And Mộc Cafe Den, Không Dung. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's the extent of our Vietnamese, and she understood us. It's so exciting. So what just happened there?
Well, she spoke to us in Vietnamese. She spoke to me in Vietnamese, possibly thinking that I'm Vietnamese, or that I understood her. And I said "Come here," which means I don't understand, and I'm cringing a bit because she probably was just saying, "What can I get you?" Like literally, that's probably what she was asking. But then we proceeded to order our coffees in Vietnamese, and she understood. So, winning.
So these beautiful brown eyes that Adri has. Everyone thinks she's Vietnamese when they meet us together. I think there's also a bit of racial profiling going on because they see the white guy, assume she's Vietnamese. It's pretty funny. We'll go in a parking garage and the parking attendant will just immediately look at Adri and just start speaking in Vietnamese to her. That was a perfect example there. She just looked at you and just started speaking Vietnamese immediately, like you understand her. It happens more when you're wearing a mask because they can't see your face. But I think the point is she needs to learn some Vietnamese, right?
I know more than you, so. But I use it less because I'm more embarrassed. Neil has no shame and I have a lot of shame.
Oh. Strong?
We're here at the next place. We've had a coffee. We're at Bun Cha Hoang Van. This is on the Michelin selected list, so it's not a bib gourmand, but I imagine the value is going to be pretty good here, considering it's a street food place. But it's one of the 79, 75 Michelin list places in Vietnam, in Saigon, sorry. Let me not get hit by a passing ambulance.
Well, if you want to be hit by anything, it's an ambulance, isn't it?
I don't know if that's true. I don't think I want to be hit by a van at all. We're getting two.
Do you want one?
Just one.
Okay, just one. Hi, Chad.
Start with one. If we want more, we'll get more after.
I can't tell if the word got out or just this place was already super popular.
Well, right behind your head, you can see the 2 Michelin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we're the only foreigners here. It seems like it's just all local Vietnamese people, so...
What we were talking about before, I think probably like the Michelin raters are obviously get recommended places. Like, how would you choose this random place out of the thousands of Bun Cha places?
Yeah. This is the biggest pot of fish sauce
Are you sure that's not tea?
ever seen in my life. I'm pretty sure it's fish sauce. Let me try it.
It looks pretty thick, so.
Yeah, it's fish sauce. I've never seen a pot of fish sauce
Imagine
that
you poured
big.
that in your cup and tried to drink.
I'd love to see a foreigner with that. Look at this. This looks amazing. So Bun Cha is one of my top three. So you got spring rolls, some sort of meat inside. Sometimes it's
Probably
crab
pork.
meat. Probably pork. Ooh, that's like a Bun Cha Hanoi almost. It's like a pork hamburger almost. And then you get grilled pork as well.
It's like you add your own lettuce.
Yeah, it looks like it.
There's got this massive bowl of greens.
So this is the thing as well, even though all these dishes are like, staples, they're all slightly different. Like the Bun Cha place that I go to, the veg is already inside, the pork's done slightly differently. This is shredded cucumber. You add it yourself? I've never been somewhere where you add all the greens yourself.
Kind of cool. I would put the whole thing in my mouth.
This is why Adri loves Bun Cha because it has lots of
fresh.
greens and fresh.
Add some herbs as well.
Loads of herbs. Do like the lettuce. You don't get lettuce too often.
Yeah, it's usually at the bottom.
No, but I'm saying you don't get it too often with like other dishes in Vietnam. Just Bun Cha. What else has lettuce?
Soup.
Soup has lettuce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring rolls sometimes.
Then this is the best part. So you gotta add the chili. Add the pot of honestly, like the place I go to for Bun Cha has like a little jar of fish sauce that you just add. That is amazing. Then this is the best part. Adding this to everything. I'm gonna have to add more fish sauce, I think. You can tell already.
Yeah, you like your Bun Cha quite soupy.
Yeah, I do. Peanuts as well. I forgot to mention the peanuts. So we got the bun. Bun is basically vermicelli. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. I'm excited to see how it compares to my spot. But I'm gonna have to add more fish sauce to this. It needs
I feel
to.
like you need to try it first. Oh my god.
I like my fish sauce. Also, as well, though, it adds flavour and then goes to the bottom. So it's not like you eat it all, because there'll be like a whole bunch at the bottom.
Yeah, but that's the best part, is eating it at the end. If you put too much, it's too much.
Listen, else, she's an amateur Bun Cha eater. Right, what bit should I try first? Pork?
Hello, I'm Steve Ahern, one of the judges of the Asia Podcast Awards. I'm interrupting this episode to let you know that you're listening to an award-winning podcast. This podcast won its category in the 2024 Podcast Awards, so you know you're listening to quality. Enjoy your listening experience, and congratulations to the team who created this award-winning podcast for you.
I don't know, but we're all watching you.
Okay. Yeah, that is amazing.
What? Is the pork good? I'm not even hungry, but I'm just staring longingly, waiting for my try.
Oh shit, it's good. Yeah, no, you don't need. It's not that good. You don't want any. In fact, it's so horrible.
Tell that to your viewers.
Yeah. You should get some, but Adri shouldn't get any.
I wonder what the delivery fee would be from here to home.
Yeah, it's amazing. Don't know how they find these places. There must be about 1,000 or infinite amount of Bun Cha places in all of Saigon. But this is the wall. There's a wall on the wall right there
Got
behind
their
me.
brand new 2025 award.
So if you get Bun Cha Zo, it's like the fried spring roll that comes with it. Then we got this is like Bun Cha Hanoi. So these are like cha,
Nem
it's
nung.
sausage, nem nung. I'm gonna add a bit more fish sauce.
More? Jeez, man.
And we figured out a secret ingredient that I've never seen on Bun Cha before. It's got sesame seeds in it. which I love sesame seeds, so it adds a completely different flavour to it.
What?
Some more.
Yes, I want some more. We're sharing.
Would you select it for Michelin guide?
I have no idea how to answer that question. The secret is that peanut mix has sesame in it. Roasted sesame, black sesame, white sesame. Gives it a really unique flavor compared to the Bun Cha that Neil usually eats. And these little hamburger things. I think that usually you get the pork and the spring rolls, right?
Would you get it again?
Yeah.
Did you see
Really
why it's
good.
on the Michelin guide?
Yeah.
Michelin selected.
Yeah.
3 years in a row.
Yeah. I imagine when it was first selected, this street didn't look like this because I was pretty surprised to show up. Looks like a brand new school. It looks like they've raised half the neighborhood to build a giant school complex. And now it's raining, so.
Day 2 of our trip following the Michelin guide listed restaurants. That looks amazing, holy shit. So we are at Com Tam Ba Yin. Won't be saying that right at all, but that's what it's called. This is listed, you can see it up there. And yesterday we had Bun Cha, we had Bun Cha, now we're having Com Tam. I'm not just saying this, that's 3 of my favourite dishes in Vietnam. We could have done pho, there was lots of pho. I'm not a big fan of pho, so we didn't try that. So we've come all the way up to Phu Nhan near the airport. It's about a 30-minute drive from where we live. And I'm really, really excited for this. Adrian,
That is a massive piece of pork.
how are you feeling?
I'm pretty excited because they have a chicken option. So
Oh yeah, that's another good thing as well. Adrian doesn't eat much pork, a little bit sometimes. She does like chicken, and we have a chicken option as well. So we got a pre-made fish sauce with chili in it. Yesterday we had that big pot. I mean, that's what I need, is a big pot of fish sauce like that. We get a fried egg on top, which has yours, we said it's really fried. Mine's,
You can see it, like the.
look at that one.
Oh my
Mine's
God.
like a soft. Mine's like a soft
I
one.
mean, like the outside is really bright. You can tell that that's just gone into like a vat of oil.
Don't worry about the
Oh my
vat
God.
of oil. This is the biggest pork suan I've ever had.
This chicken looks really good.
It's huge. Again, another quirk of Vietnam. You don't get a knife. I don't understand how you're meant to eat this, to be honest. Been here for 9 years and I still struggle every time. A pork cutlet, a pork chop requires a knife. You get a spoon and a fork. Don't really know how you do
Sometimes the
this.
spoons are sharp.
Really?
These ones not so much.
No,
You have
they-
like the cheap ones that have like such a sharp edge.
With a come down as well, it comes literally on the bone. This is, let me get this off. And it usually comes with a lot of fat as well, which I think Vietnamese people quite like. I don't like the fat. I've had a taste of it before. It tastes pretty good because it's so char grilled.
The fat.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like the texture. Look at that. That is bone and fat. And maybe a little bit of meat.
See how big my chicken looks. So good.
Oh my god, your chicken looks amazing.
I'm so glad we didn't come yesterday in your ambitious attempts to go to at least 3 restaurants. Because this, we wouldn't have been able to eat this on top of what we ate yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I'm glad we have space for it because it's really good.
Well, it's also really massive.
Well, yeah, and the fact that they have chicken. Pretty awesome.
Oh my god. I've never really just
Good.
eaten off the bone like this. It's so good.
The chicken skin is like honey. It's so good.
Oh my goodness, this is, hold up.
So good.
This is the second bit. That is massive. I didn't even see the price, did
The
you?
menu didn't have prices.
Oh, it's up there.
Oh, it is quite expensive. It's 97,000 dong. There's some sometimes I go to it's like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. But you get a lot of food for it, so it's 97. But
What did you get number one?
I got number two. How much is yours? Yours is 94.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty pricey.
but it's a massive. I mean, it's a
Oh, it's huge.
like a quarter chicken. Mine comes with these like pork crackling bits.
So this is the fat. I don't like it. It's really tough. Oh man, it tastes amazing. I've not even gotten myself a bite yet. Just trying to prepare it.
Now you like to mix yours all up.
Amazing, right? What is that marinade you do? I'm just gonna do it dirty and use my hands to rip this up.
I mean, that kind of tastes like this chicken skin.
Yeah, probably the same
difference is,
marinade.
yeah, but the difference is that goes like into the meat,
Yeah, right. And that just gets into the
into the skin.
skin. Yeah. With a lack of knife, this is what I get into sometimes, is use my hands, which seems pretty gross, and I don't see anyone else doing it, but it makes it into like portionable bites. I've been eating this for years. I never have the bravery to kind of look across and see how someone else is eating it. I'm looking now. I think he's just picking up the whole cutlet on his fork and just biting it. That's probably what I should do. There's the chicken skin. Oh my god. Alright, but what I realised a few years ago, and I think it was maybe you that pointed this out to me. Saigon is sweet, Hanoi is salty, the central is spicy, to make a broad generalisation, which I think is pretty true.
Yeah.
And I love this, and it's so good. And I think it was you or somebody said to me, it was like, yeah, because it's covered in sugar. And I was like, oh, and now as I taste it, like, I just don't think about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's why it tastes so good, because
Like a
it's sweet.
honey.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Whereas I think Hanoi, it's more salty, savoury.
Yeah.
I still haven't even started eating this yet. It's that big.
It's just so much food.
Tearing it into pieces. Well, luckily we're in no rush. And there are other foreigners here.
It's so frantic though, I feel like I need to eat fast.
I know, right? Yeah.
Everything is just so frantic.
Yeah, it's pretty frantic. There's like grab drivers. Oh, we parked the bike next door. They have a building just for parking, which shows you how popular it is. Because most Comtown places don't have their own premises, their own building, just for parking. All right, in my first bike.
We don't have the pork though.
Look how massive that is. It's huge. Oh my god. So this looks like a mess, but this is what my plate looks like right now. That's it all mixed up, chopped up. I realise as well I'm like a, no offence to geriatrics, but I'm like a geriatric. Even do this at home. Just like cut up all my food, mix it all together. Not if we go to a nice restaurant or any restaurant, and that's kind of gross to just make it up. Makes it easier
It depends what you're eating.
yeah, like if we have like chicken and veg at home with rice, I'll just chop it all up, have a spoon and eat it by the handful, not like cut one bit of chicken, one bit of veg, a little bit of rice.
Some people don't like their food to touch.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
They don't like the food with that?
Yeah. It's like food purists don't like their food to touch. Like they're different types of food. You never heard of this before?
No. Let us know in the comments if you don't like your food to touch. That's a weird one.
You are the complete opposite of that.
You're complete opposite, yeah.
You want some of this thing?
Yeah, let me try. What is it again?
Really good.
It's like egg, I think, or something. I remember asking someone about this and I can't even remember the answer. If you know, let us know in the comments as well. What is this thing? Yeah, what is cha?
Cha just generally means like
It's like meaty.
it's like a cake, kind of. I'm not sure what's in this one, but it's good. You see there's bits of like noodle and stuff. I'm not sure I want to know what's in it.
Well,
Don't usually eat it because it doesn't usually come with the kundai.
again, third Michelin recommended place we've been doing 2 days. And we're like, how do they get fourth? What's the fourth one?
Not on the video, but we did go to Quince on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We can show some of our photos from that meal.
Okay. So it's our fourth Michelin recommended place in 3 days. And we wondered why we could, how they find them. Obviously ones like Quince is pretty easy, there's not that many restaurants like that. There's a million, as we said yesterday, like infinite come-tam places. Like how do they find these places? But I guess they get recommended. I mean, this place is so popular.
It does say since 1995 as well, so it's obviously a long-standing, probably staple of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, I think, let me know as well in the comments. I think people in Saigon find out about these places. They come from far and wide to try it as well.
Like everything in Vietnam, you can tell it's like a really communal culture, right? So I think word of mouth historically has been a way that people communicate things.
Yeah.
Still happens now, obviously faster with social media and that kind of stuff. But I'm sure this is a word of mouth kind of place. Have you heard about that come-tam place that's giant pieces of pork? How does the flavor compare to like your other favorite come-tam places?
Everything's better.
The rice texture is so different to normal rice.
I forget about that. I just thought about that recently. Because come-tam is technically like it's called broken rice. Like this
Not
is
technically,
come-tam.
that's the translation.
Come-tam suan is broken rice with a pork cutlet.
Yeah,
Come-tam ga, broken rice. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Because to me it's just come-tam is just a dish. And then just recently I was like, oh yeah, it means broken rice, which...
Yeah, so the rice is a lot smaller than normal rice. Which gives, it's a different texture than just having like the white steamed rice that you get with every work lunch or every lunch you have during the day.
Yeah. Completely different. And then you think of like basmati rice or like Indian style rice, couldn't even more different then.
Well, that's like long grain rice, right? I'm getting so full, but I don't want to leave anything behind.
I was just looking at it, I was like, I don't even think I'm half done yet. How busy this is. Packed. And look at there's like a line of bee drivers, grab drivers, delivery drivers. Alright, we finished. Adrian, how was that?
Really good.
Out of 10?
I mean, a 9?
Yeah, I would say a 10. It was amazing. Look at how crazy this place is. We didn't get any soup.
We don't need any.
No. There was at least 10 pots of rice on the go.
Here comes the egg.
I just fried eggs.
Nó mì được nhiều quá trời, vứt lên tụi mấy hộp canh thôi. God, look at the line of grab.
Whoa.
Must be lunchtime.
Thanks for watching this video, tuning into this episode of a Vietnam podcast. We've shared with you 3 hidden gems from the Michelin Guide 2025. We've travelled all over Saigon to find them. Let me know in the comments, do you have any favourite spots that are on the Michelin Guide, or have you been to any of these? What do you think? Let me know if you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, follow, subscribe, share this episode as well. Thanks very much for tuning in to a Vietnam podcast from me, Neil Mackay, and
Adri.
Thanks for listening to this episode of a Vietnam podcast. If today's episode made you smile, then make sure your smile is ready to shine with Premier Dental. How good a cheesy segue with that to our sponsor, Premier Dental. Thank you so much, Premier Dental, and you for listening. Check them out. They offer professional, ethical, world-class care right here in Saigon. You can find out more at premierdental.vn.